A community screening for young children is coming to our area. Joining us today to tell us all about it, the Director of Early Intervention at Allen County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Rachel Staley. And thanks for joining us, Rachel.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we have a community development screening coming up, and tell us why these are so important, why you guys feel you need to have a couple of these a year.
Sure. I think it's just peace of mind for parents to know that their child is on track, that they're meeting those developmental milestones. And if they're not, that there's help in our community and that there's supports that we can support their child to get their child back on track and for that healthy start to be happening in their life at an early age.
Okay, so it's March 14th from 4 to 7 p.m. and it's at your facility, right?
Correct. It's at the Allen County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and it will be the entrance that has the awning that is closest to the playground. So if you've ever been out at our All Abilities playground, you will enter in through that main entrance there, and you can get your child checked in all areas of development, or if you're just concerned for speech, you can go to our speech station and talk to a speech therapist. If you want to get their hearing checked, you can get their hearing checked. We'll have WOCAP there that'll be checking vision screenings, as well as the Lions Club for our older children. We have occupational therapist, physical therapist. We have SAFI there for behavior. We have someone, if you have concerns for autism, that you can go through a screening and just see if there's any need for further evaluation in autism as well.
Some of these areas, you know, could be obvious to a parent, maybe that they're like, maybe their hearing's not quite right. But I mean, do you find that there's areas where they're not worried about and they're like, oh, we found something maybe?
Yes, correct. And I think that's the most important piece for parents to walk away with, that this is just a screening. So we're suggesting that there needs to be a further evaluation. And but the part that I love is that they don't leave wondering, where's that next step, or who's in our community to help us support you. We have a closing station where we will talk all about those supports. We can send that information to the doctor's office for you. We can point you in the right direction of who in our community is out there to support your child with those needs that may be flagged, whether it's vision, whether it's hearing, whether it's speech, whether it's OT or PT. We'll also have Lima City schools as well as Allen County preschools there as well. So that way, if your child is in that 3 to 5 age bracket, we can talk about preschool supports as well.
Yeah, and you know, we're talking babies to 5 years old. I mean, it's amazing what you can find at all these different ages. So just come on out, right? And just like you said, it's a peace of mind if nothing else.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think there's so much to be worried about as a parent, and especially sometimes our first time parents worry even more. This is just that peace of mind to make sure that they're on the right track. And if they're not, there's a community here that is ready to support them and point them in the right direction to help their child meet those developmental milestones.
Okay, so on the 14th, do they need to register ahead of time for this? Do they just show up? Tell us kind of the process and what the parents need to go through.
Sure. There's no need to pre-register, so they can show up that night. The screening begins at 4 p.m. Our volunteers show up around 3:30, 3:45. So we ask that they get there around 4 o'clock to get signed in and registered, but they can come anytime between that 4 and 6:30 p.m. time frame. Registration does close at 6:30. We are so thankful for all the volunteers that come out. So just being respectful of their time, our registration ends at 6:30. So hopefully we can get everything wrapped up by 7 p.m. But there's no need to pre-register. They can just show up that night. If there are concerns and they can't make it that night, they can always call our agency and we can help support them with an evaluation another time, or even to other community supports in our area that can further do that screening.
Yeah, it is neat that you have so many volunteers to help out. It takes a village to help these kids. Rachel, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right, don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.